Good day, good day, good day, everybody. I did better today. I'm on my own again today. My producer has another engagement. So here we are. I figured out the opening. So it is all good. It is all good. It's good to see everyone joining in. Wayne, hey, hey, I like that star shine. I like that, Wayne. That might be my favorite. Good day, mommy. It's good to see you. Good day, Ron. I hope you are doing well. I hope everyone is well. Good day, Bonnie. It's good to see you too. Yes. So, everyone, thank you for joining me today for Sip with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and SIP is Spirit in Practice. Spirit in Practice, Tim, where we practice and we practice and we practice. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, because the perfection is in the practice. The perfection is in the practice. So it's wonderful to be with you all today, Diana. And so we are in a new series, and I'm going to see if I'm able to throw it up because you know that this ain't my regular thing, producing myself. So I'm going to see if I could get it up. Our new theme that started yesterday. There we go. Look at me, y'all. There it is. It is conviction. Conviction, Gladys. That's where we are today. And we are continuing with conviction. Yeah, we're continuing with conviction. So let me start with the definition again, Lindsay. A firm belief, to convince. And the origins of the word is late Latin, and the origin is proof, right? So we have to convince, a firm belief, and proof. I like that, Nan. I like that word, proof. So yesterday I shared some stories about my quality and the quality of trust and wholeness and what had happened with my new journal, right? And how going through that process with selecting my new journal was the proof of my qualities, trust and wholeness. And from that, I created this affirmation that I am saying every day with conviction, right? With conviction, a firm belief. I am living as wholeness, trusting God. I am living as wholeness, trusting God. Oh, I see you, Ron. I like that affirmation also. I am convicted to evolve spiritually. Okay, Ron. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. That's a perfect example, Ron, with our qualities, right? What is your conviction, right? And so you have created your affirmation. You are speaking it every day with conviction, a firm belief. And I will tell you that you will see the evidence, the proof of that every day. You just have to be open to receive it, open to see it beyond your physical eyes. Okay? So, a question came up for me this morning when I was doing my journaling. And the question is, do you have conviction or are you conflicted about your quality? Do you have conviction or are you conflicted about your life? Right? Some of us are conflicted, right? Some of us are conflicted. So, what can we do to bring that into alignment with what we know to be the truth of who and whose we are? So, if you feel conflicted, let's say you have selected, you have chosen your quality, and it doesn't feel quite yours, you feel a little something, then maybe go back in, because you know that's where the answers are. Go back in and see if there is more information for you. Okay? Because the answer, any answer, when we're going through a conflicted period in our lives, any answer is within ourselves, right? And so we have to take the time, we have to take the energy, we have to take the commitment to go within ourselves, to see and to hear and to connect with the message, right? Because life is always speaking to us. Life is always speaking to us, but we're not always listening, right? And sometimes we're in conflict with life itself. And who do you think is going to win that conflict? Life wins all the time. Life wins all the time. That's what life does. It wins, it's victorious. So we are in alignment with the victory, right? So let's get clear about our conviction, right? So we don't want to move until we are convicted about our conviction, right? We have a firm belief in whatever that quality is. So if you don't feel it, it's fine. It's good to know that you don't feel it. And maybe there needs to be a tweak, an adjustment, maybe even a different quality. Who knows? But we find out by going within. That's where all of the answers are. And then I want to share something with you from the Science of Mind text about conviction and having faith in our convictions. Faith and conviction go hand in hand, right? And so this is what Ernest Holmes writes, and I'm on page 159 if you want to look this up later. He writes, in order to have faith, we must have a conviction that all is well. In order to have faith, we must have a conviction that all is well. So no matter what, right? No matter what, we lose our job, we get a divorce, our something happens, right? Something happens, right? Even in the midst of that, we remain convicted, right? And that is a demonstration of faith, right? In order to keep faith, we must allow nothing to enter our thought which will weaken this conviction. That's some powerful stuff right there. Now, what can we allow? Nothing. We can allow nothing to enter our thought that will weaken our conviction, right? And we all know, we all have had that experience. We have made up our mind about something, right? We're like, yes, that is what I'm going to do. I am all in 100%, right? And then we go and share it with somebody, and then they say something that's in the contrary to what you're saying. And then you start to question and you start to doubt what you were just so hyped up about, right? Nothing, allow nothing to enter your thought which will weaken this conviction. That's why we don't share all this stuff with any old body, right? We have to be very, very careful about who we share our desires, our dreams with, right? Share it with God, share it in your writing, share it with yourself over and over and over again, and share it with one or two people who you know are holding that for you also. There are a lot of spiritual teachers who believe you share it with no one. You share it with no one. But see what resonates with you. But be very, very selective about who you share your heart's desires with, right? Yes, I see you, Lindsay. We must have a conviction that all is well. That's right. That's what Ernest said. I have joyful trust, conviction that all is well. Yes. And so Lindsay knows that nothing, she will allow nothing to enter her mind that will weaken this conviction of her joyful trust. Nothing. And sometimes it's not someone outside of ourselves. It's not a friend or a family member. Sometimes it's our own selves. What we are saying, what we are allowing in, what we are saying about ourselves and to ourselves that weakens our conviction. Oh, maybe I can't do it. Oh, maybe I made the wrong decision. Oh, this thing happened, so maybe that's not what I'm supposed to do. You know, this is what I know, that life is a dialogue, not a debate. Life is a dialogue, not a debate. So we can always go within and have a dialogue with life about everything, about everything. You can have a dialogue with life, with your higher knowing, with your inner source about everything, everything, about your quality, about that which you desire, about a decision that you need to make, about choices that you have, right? Because we have the faith. We have the faith that the answer is within us, that Spirit speaks to us, through us, and as us when we are in relationship with it consistently, constantly, right? In the presence of the presence all the time, right? All the time. Our mind must be steady in its conviction that our life is some part of God and that the Spirit is incarnated in us. Faith is built up from belief, acceptance, and trust. Whenever anything enters our thought which destroys in any degree one of these attitudes, to that extent, faith is weakened. You know, I never thought about belief, acceptance, and trust as an attitude, right? We often say, have an attitude of gratitude, but we don't often say have an attitude of belief, have an attitude of acceptance, have an attitude of trust, have an attitude of faith, have an attitude of conviction, have an attitude of your quality, right? So that's the invitation, to have an attitude of conviction, a firm belief that your quality is unfolding and ever expanding through you, even now, even now, and that you feel and see and know and experience the proof of that. The proof of that. Yes, Bonnie. Yes, some people do have hardening of their attitudes. And you know what? This whole some people thing, that's none of our business. That's none of our business. What we are concerned about is what is within our sphere of influence, right? In our sphere of influence, right in the center of that is us, our thinking, what we choose to focus in. We don't have to get sucked into other people's stuff, hardening or softening. It don't matter, right? What is my attitude? Because sometimes it's a distraction when we get caught up in other people's stuff. They're on their own journey, learning their own lessons, right? So let's bless them, right? We just send them blessings and we focus on that which we can influence, right? And if they need us, we can choose to be there or not, or something in between, right? All right. Ernest says, we must not be lukewarm in our conviction. We must know that we know. We cannot be lukewarm. And Bonnie, I'm glad you said that, because sometimes when we go onto someone else's stuff, that causes the lukewarmness to come up. Right? We were on fire, right? We was on fire about our quality. We were on fire about what we're convicted about. We were on fire about we're going to do this. We were on fire, right? And then something happens with somebody else, and then you got an opinion all about it, a judgment about it, right? And then all your fire starts to go down a little bit because your energy is being redirected to other stuff that has nothing to do with your conviction, your quality, right? And then we wonder what happened when we start to fizzle out. So we have to keep our energy up, engaged, and focused on that which is ours to focus on, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we don't support people. We do. And sometimes the best way that we can support people is by blessing them and and having the faith, that they too are on their path. And even though it may look kind of shaky, right? You might be saying, "Oh, you don't want to go down that path." It's none of our business. And we just we keep our fires lit. We keep our fires lit. I see you, Nan. Don't you ever get tired of having to keep energy up? Mm. Oh, Nan, that's a good question. Yes, I get tired, girl. I get tired sometimes. Yes. Nan said she gets very tired. And that's why, that's where care comes from. Rest comes in, right? Going within and seeing what needs some TLC, right? And I have to tell you, Nan, that's why my spiritual practice is so important to me, because it gives me the fuel that I need. It gives me the fuel that I need every day, right? We can't go around on when you're in the car. This happened to me the other day. I was in the car, I wasn't paying attention to the gas, and then all of a sudden the low fuel light came on, right? And so what do? Right? Do I just keep driving around for hours, right? No, I'm going to go to the gas station and get some gas and get myself fueled up. So that's what our spiritual practice, our daily spiritual practice does for us every day. That's our gas, right? We fuel up. We fuel up, right? So if we start saying, "Oh, I'm just going to do my spiritual practice on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then I'm going to take Saturday and Sunday off." That's a good way for that tank to start to feel depleted. That's a good way for you to start to feel weakening, right? So we keep ourselves, right, through our connection with the divine, right? That that unlimited source, right? That limitless source, that infinite source keeps us powered up. So when we start to feel tired, right? When our tank starts to feel a little low, then we know what we need to do. Go lay down, right? Take care of yourself. I know for me, I want to push through. That's my default. My default is to push through. And I'm finding that pushing through is not kind to me. It doesn't feel good to me. So I take a pause. And I tell you, a 20-minute pause, I might go do TM, I might go for a walk, I might take a nap, I might read something, but do something to re-energize yourself again. Plug back in, right? To that which we know, and we all know what works for us. We all know what works for us. Thank you, Nan, for bringing that up. So we must not be lukewarm in our conviction. We must know that we know. We must know that we know. So that's where we're going to stop today with conviction. We're going to pick it back up tomorrow. But remember, are you willing to live life daily as proof of your quality? You and only you and only you are the one that needs to be convinced of it. Only you. You don't have to go and convince anybody else. And sometimes that's how we lose our energy too, by trying to convince other people about our stuff. No. No. All right, y'all. Oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. I so appreciate you all. Bonnie, yes, amazing class, great subject. Thank you, Gladys. Yes, all of that. And Ron is seconding that. Okay, y'all. Okay, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So you know what time it is. Let's get into some joy news. Very welcome, Nan. I'm glad it's helpful. I'm glad that is helpful. So we are celebrating National Black History Month. And part of that celebration is with New Thought Media Network, who is doing a daily inspiration and prayer for racial healing for Black History Month. Every day in February, someone, a minister, a practitioner, is sharing a Black History moment. So if you didn't get a chance to check any of them out yet, please do so. You can go to New Thought Media Network and you will find a Black History moment, 8 now, since this is the 8th. Mine's was on Sunday, and I did a Black History moment about Bass Reeves, who is the Lone Ranger. The Lone Ranger was inspired by the life of a Black man, and his name was Bass Reeves. So please check that out. I'm telling you, every single Black History moment that is shared, you will learn something. You will learn something about history. Okay. The Hour of Power Wednesdays is one tomorrow, and our focus on the second Wednesday of the month is prayer. So tomorrow is the power of prayer. So if you need prayer for anything, tomorrow go to rocklandcsl.org, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Click Hour of Power, and you'll be in the Zoom room. Okay? All right. Then this Sunday, we're continuing celebrating Black History Month, 10:30 a.m. on Living Life in Joy. So please join me this Sunday on right where you're watching me now. So wherever you're watching me now is where you can catch Living Life in Joy, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Then right after at 11:30 Eastern Time at Rockland CSL, where I am the spiritual director, our theme for February is Life is Calling You. Life is Calling You. And my topic for this Sunday is An Undivided Life. An undivided life. And believe you me, if you want an undivided life, you got to have conviction, right? That requires conviction. Yes, it does. Save the date. I have some dates I want you to save. February 16th, 8:30 p.m. We have our first meditation with the full moon for 2022. I shared that we're just doing full moons for the year for 2022. I changed the time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so that should take care of all of the time zones, right? Not too early, not too late. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So please join me right where you're watching now. February 16th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Also save the date for our visioning board gathering on February 26th, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's going to go for about 3 hours. So I'll have information up for registration by the end of this week. So February 26th, 12:30 Eastern Time, we're going to start to build out visually our quality. So we're going to have a wonderful time. It's not like your regular vision board experiences. Okay. Last date to please save is March 8th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for the Healing, Liberation, and Joy Mental Health and the Arts event that is taking place at the Apollo Theater. I am so excited to be on the panel representing joy. I'm so excited. And you can participate, you can attend, it's free. All you need to do is register online. So go to the Apollo Theater's website and you can register there. March 8th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so that's all the joy news right now. I see you, Diana. Yes, thank you. She loved today's timely message. She took lots of notes. Woo wee, thank you. All right, all right. Thank you, thank you. I so appreciate that. So I think we'll call it a sip. Please join me tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We will continue with conviction. So be convicted about your quality. Speak your affirmations with conviction, right? A firm belief. Nothing can weaken your belief. Nothing. You ain't having it, right? You ain't having it. All right. So I will see you tomorrow. Peace and blessings, peace and justice. Mm. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes. And this is the part that I have to get used to. I have to end the show. Oh, girl, just check the replay. Yes, yes, yes. You missed something good. It's always good on SIP. Thank you for joining us. And you can check the replay and see everything that you missed. Okay? So I am going to sign us off. I hope all is well, and I know that it is. See you tomorrow.